Sit.
Thank you.
That's the card. We're going to use that in a little bit. Okay?
Did you see what my daughter made? It got it so I could see it.
Oh, you write your cards. Great.
I mean,
Great. We'll bring,
I don't see very well.
okay, we'll bring them up here when we're going to say the Kaddish, okay? Shiviti Adonai lenegdi tamid ki mimini bal emot. I've set the eternal God always before me. God is at my side. I shall not be moved. Therefore does my heart exult and my soul rejoice. My being is secure. For you will not abandon me to death, nor let your faithful one see destruction. Your presence brings fullness of joy. Enduring happiness is your gift. Death has taken our beloved Herman Marx. Our friends grieve in their darkened world. In their silence, there is lamentation. In their tears, there is loneliness. Lost in their sorrow, may they find the presence of loving friends and family. Hear them, O God. Be with them. For Herman's love, which united us in life and which death cannot sever. For his companionship, which we shared along life's path, and which still continues through the tenderness of memory. For the gifts of his heart and his mind, which brought us joy and happiness and now have become a precious heritage of the Spirit. For all these and more, dear God, we give you our thanks. As we take a moment and we listen to the voice of our sacred scripture, it brings us an ever new message of God's nearness. It tells of our kinship with our Creator in light and in darkness, in joy and in sorrow, in life as well as in death. And from the book of Psalms, we first read, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures, he leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul, he guides me in straight paths for the sake of his name. And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me, your rod and staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You have anointed my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of God forever." And the second reading that we read this afternoon in honor of Herman Marx is from the book of Ecclesiastes. It says, "For everything there is a season, and a time for every experience under heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot what is planted. A time to tear down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to grieve and a time to dance. A time to throw stones and a time to gather stones. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to seek and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to discard. A time to tear and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. In the rising of the sun and in its going down, we will remember him. In the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we will remember him. In the opening of buds and in the rebirth of spring, we will remember him. And in the rustling of leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we will remember him. In the beginning of the year and when it ends, we will remember him. When we're weary and in need of strength, we will remember him. When we're lost and sick at heart, we will remember him. And when we have joys which we yearn to share, we will remember him. So long as we live, so too shall Herman Marx live, as he is now a part of each and every one of us, as we will always remember him. In his sorrow, the biblical personality Job cried out, Adonai natan v'Adonai lakach, Yehi Shem Adonai mevorach. God has given, God has taken away. Blessed be the name of God. As an ancient people, we're well acquainted with grief and the valley of shadows. Death and sorrow are not strangers to us, yet the centuries have taught us that a good name endures